Hey, Layden Cook, man, thank you for joining me today. I've been going back and forth trying to get you on this call. I know you're a busy family man that's doing business. Thank you for being here today. We're going to conduct this case study. I'm super excited and I'm blessed. I feel grateful that you're here today. If you could just tell the audience a brief description of who you are, man, I think everyone would love to hear that.
Awesome. I appreciate it, man. And first off, thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate, you inviting me on and to share a little bit of my experience, man. It's been awesome. So a quick introduction on me. My name is Layden. I'm 27 years old from Chino Hills, California. And as far as what kind of content I make is I make content helping young men, but really men of all ages now. It started off kind of more of like the younger ages, maybe 18 to 24, 25 years old, somewhere around that range. But I've noticed a lot of people, a lot of men that are a little bit older than me have also taken a liking to it. And so really, man, that's really what I make content about helping men understand, that they can be better leaders, so they can be better fathers, they can be better husbands, and how to do that, and just sharing my insight thus far. I've been married for 6 years myself. I have two daughters right now, a son on the way. And so that means a lot to me, being a better man and also the reason why the content stemmed or why I make this type of content that I make is because I didn't grow up with my dad, and so I kind of had to like YouTube University it. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And so I'm
Yeah.
just sharing ideas of how I've gotten to this point so far.
Man, thank you for that. Dude, that's huge. Like there is a ton of men in general, right? From young to middle age to even older that need that type of guidance. So thank you for being one of those stewards in the leadership role of doing that. That is a huge service for all mankind, literally. And that mankind, right, stems down to that leadership role, the protector of the family. So thank you for that. Prior to joining PYP and myself and Carrie and the team for crushing TikTok and other platforms, where were you prior to finding us?
Yeah, man, I was just making content. Like I was just trying to figure it out. I didn't really know like I was just testing, man. I was testing everything, like seeing what stuck. I was just throwing everything at the wall and trying different pieces of content, seeing like just kind of how to make this thing work. And so really I was kind of blind, man. Really, I was just trying to figure out how to grow my following. And then when I grew my following, I'd figure out how to monetize it later. And so really before PYP, I didn't have a structure or anything. I didn't have a business structure. I didn't really know like how I would monetize it. I thought I could maybe do like some kind of like subscription service or something. I didn't even really know, and so
Yeah.
before you guys I didn't really have an idea. And then after you guys, I don't know if this is going to be a question you asked, but afterwards you basically helped me structure things out. It was literally step by step, and so now I had a clear vision of what I could do with it.
Yeah. So in that prior stage, like what was the most frustrating thing for you? Because like even from the get-go when I met you, like your videos, you're charismatic, man. And I ain't trying to make you not be able to walk through doorways and blow up your ego, but I mean, you just are. You record great, you do good. What was frustrating about knowing you're great at that, but maybe the traction wasn't evolving for you, whether it was on TikTok or other social platforms? How did that feel and look like?
Yeah, and first of all, I appreciate the kind words, man. Second, it was definitely frustrating. It was more so like I had to number one, I had to learn how to become more comfortable on camera, believe it or not, and then also that was something that I was able to kind of learn from you guys as well. From first of all, I believe you learn how to make good content from consuming good content, and so I used to watch a lot of your tips and videos and things like that, and help kind of polish me, help me loosen up a little bit more, learn how to be more expressive with my face and all this stuff, right? And so there's that number one, and then number two, really, man, like there's an algorithm. We all know about the algorithm. We all use the word. Maybe you know what it means, maybe you don't. But basically, what it is, there's a system that you may or may not be privy to, and so it helps being with a company or a system or a business that can help guide you through that algorithm because otherwise you're kind of just where I was in the beginning, where you're just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks. So yeah, man, having kind of like a guide to help you get your videos actually seen. You make good content, but if nobody sees it, it don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to get to where you're at currently, but everyone's going to want to know that juicy middle portion. So I want to get to that journey with you. And real quick, before we do, I just want to introduce myself to everyone again. My name is Benjamin, and myself and my wife and Josh, we have a TikTok agency that not only helps business owners grow on TikTok, but Instagram, Facebook, all social media platforms by showing them the ins and outs of short form content, how to gain, in a very short bullet point version, how to gain an audience, gain leads, book calls, and close sales, and rinse and repeat and scale for those that want to do that. With that being said, let's dig in. How was the experience when you first jumped into the program? I know it's been a while, but when you first got in, tell us a little bit about the experience. What did you go through as far as like maybe the modules, and what benefited you the most?
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, first of all, the modules and everything just made it so easy to structure things out and build and create, because it's literally step by step. Like it's literally like there's the only way you can really mess up is if you don't do the work. And I'm definitely not that kind of person. And so going through step by step is just like, hey, module 1, module 2, module 3, and there's like modules within that. And so like literally detailed of like, this is what you should do. This is what you have. This is the timing. This is all this stuff, right? It was all layered. Like there was really no way you could not win. Like I said, unless you just didn't do the work. And so that was, as far as the modules goes, that helped me the most because it was just so clear. And then as far as the community goes, I think I want to touch on that too, because that's a really big deal, right? Like having people that you can be around that are like-minded, that are also fighting towards the same direction or same dream as you are, which is, getting your videos seen and putting out content that you're passionate about. And so yeah, the community was awesome, man. Like feeling like you found your tribe, you found your people, you found, people you can connect with. Say, hey man, I don't know why this video didn't jump off. Like, can you kind of look at it and let me know what you think? What can I tweak? Yeah, no problem, man. Can you look at mine or review my dude? Totally. So it was like you have a community now to connect with and just say, hey man, like, let's help each other out. Let's grow. So not even just the business itself, but then the community within the business is a beautiful thing as well. It's like your team. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, I love that part too, man. And I learned from all of you too within that community. It's not just we know everything. We're all learning. And so I love that open-mindedness. And within that, how long, if you can recall, how long did it take you from the module standpoint, like to go through and understand, and fix things that you were or weren't doing? How long did that take? Just so everyone knows that this isn't like 40 hours of a course or something.
For sure. Yeah, man. So, I mean, for me personally, it was probably like from start to finish, like actually making money, it's probably about a month. And it probably could have been a lot faster than that, if I'm being honest, just because me wearing a bunch of different hats, managing a bunch of other things, I was trying to get through it. But then there's just a bunch of other things I had to do. But if I was really sitting down and just wanting to get cracking, could be way faster than that, again, because the steps are so crystal clear and easy. And so yeah, like it's really like, it's just like anything else, man. Like you get what you put into it, like if you want to go hard and just go in, all the information's there. There's no excuse. There's no reason why it hasn't taken that long. It just took that longer for me, because of all the other stuff I was managing and family and all the other stuff. But man, I'm telling you, dude, the info is there. All you got to do is put your head down and work. And just spend a little bit of time every day just looking over things, tweaking little things, adjusting, pivoting, things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, world's your oyster, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Another question I have is, there are some owners that do partake in the live coaching calls and some that don't. How did you feel about that portion of the program?
As far as like having different industries within, like in the modules and like on the team and the community.
No, like the live coaching calls that we conduct on a
Oh,
weekly
live.
basis.
I'm sorry. I thought you said life coaching. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
like life coaching. Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, that's the best because you can ask questions in real time. Not that you can't do that, just like in the group chat and things like that. But like, it's not the same as like talking to somebody, talking to the person in real time. When you can just ask some questions. How do you do this? Dude, this video wasn't working for me. Should I shorten it? Do you think it's too long? Like, well, how do you like all this stuff, right? The questions that we all have. It's always best to be able to connect with them directly and be able to ask those questions And so the live calls are awesome, man. I encourage people to hop on those because if you're not like basically what I'm trying to say, man, is you should if the business has all these different options for you and these avenues to give you ways to win and you're not using all of them, you can't really get mad if the thing doesn't work. It's because you didn't really exercise all the options. Like all these things are here for tools to help you win and get better later on. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. So that's great. Thank you for all that as well. And I want to touch base on prior to starting with us, do you recall like what your offer was then? And like what did that look like? Is like what was your offer then? And then I want to take everyone who's watching through the journey of what it was, what it started to be, and then what it's gonna be.
For sure. Yeah, totally, man. So what it was, I remember, I think I had like, I think it was like either 500 bucks, $1,000 or 1,500 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. And it was basically like, and obviously they had payment plans too. Like it was like, okay, you either want to pay in full, which is the 1,500, or you want to pay two payments of 500 or whatever it was, like three payments of whatever it was. Right. And so that's what it was. But the cool thing is, man, is like it's through being with you guys, seeing what's possible, and then also too, like the one of my favorite things too is like the section of where you can see people's wins. Like you can see what people are making, what they're doing, like the moves and all that stuff. That motivates me to want to do even more. Like you're like, I'm only doing 1,500. Nah, we running that back, player. Let's double that. We come back. So it's like once you see the opportunity, man, and what you can do, man, bump that up for sure. You know, because it's valuable. You're not. It's not like you're wronging people. You're bringing value to them. You're providing a service, and they're paying you for it. And so it's a beautiful thing, man. That's exchange. That's business. You know.
Yeah, and man, I want to know. So now we know where you were and how it started getting better, and I know you have future plans that are about to start like any second now. Tell us about that because I'm excited for you as well in that aspect.
Yeah, totally, man. So, price point wise, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be far as price point goes, but I know it's going to be way higher than it was before. The reason being is because another reason why this kind of program is so valuable is that it shows you your value. It teaches you your value, not only because you can see the other people in the community winning and you get to kind of see what they're doing, but when you get to talk to the coaches, you have these live sessions, things like that. They're constantly pouring into you. You're learning more about your value every single session, every single day, every single week. And so with that, you're going to be you're forced to grow. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why now it's going to be whatever I end up charging is going to be a lot higher because I've grown as a person. It's not even like the service was already good. I'm very passionate about what I do. I treat people like everybody the same. Like I give them all the same attention, all the focus. And so on top of that, I've also grown a lot myself personally. And so now it's just going to get even better, man. So I'm excited for it.
Heck yeah. Real quick, and then we'll wrap up too. As far as learning the system to gain the audience, you did that. You're like at 100 and something thousand followers, right? Which is amazing. How did we help you as far as like learning how to DM, like what to send out in a message, and then sales calls and all that? Did that tremendously help you, or did you already know that?
Yeah, man. I mean, it definitely, I knew like a little bit. I mean, just basic, just because like in this age and era, you kind of just understand like how to talk to people via DM anyways, because that's just how we communicate. But dude, it got so much better, man, when I actually, like I said, had a system of how to actually connect with people and not just like have it be like a random thing. Like, what should I say to them? Because I think we waste time a lot of times. We're like, what should I say? Does that sound too weird? I don't want to sound like a scam. Like, I don't want to like whatever. Like, we're thinking about it too much. Bro, they give you the answer to the test, like just write this, and when they respond, you hit it back with this, and then when they respond, like it's like literally, like I said, you can't mess up if you just go step by step. So yeah, it definitely helped a lot.
I super appreciate that. And as far as the overall system, for anyone who's watching this, if they're, just starting in business or they're already in business, or even if they're expert level in business and they just want more, right? Summarize for me our TikTok agency for myself, Carrie, and Josh, and how the team has made this experience for you. What does someone get when they join, and should they join, and why?
Yeah, totally, man. Good question. So, I think that if you're very serious about your business and growing and making money, which I argue if you're even watching this video, you're serious about that. You're not playing about not wanting to make money or not wanting to help people or not wanting to provide, some great value to people. And so, if that's the case, if you're that person who wants to become something like that or build a business, then I absolutely believe that you should. That because you're and this is the thing, man. Like you may or may not make it to your destination by yourself. Cool, but the question is, how long is it going to take you doing it by yourself? Why don't you just hire somebody or join a community or join something where they can just give you the answers and you can expedite that process. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's what kind of the thought process I had when I was considering joining in the first place. I was like, well, I've gotten a couple followers, I kind of maybe I could figure it out on my own. And we kind of talk ourselves like back, to one to like, I think I'm good. I'm good with it by myself. But then you take the leap, like, well, let's just try it out. And that's the best thing you can do, man, is because you're joining something that you're literally joining a community that's going to just help build you and grow you and all these things and get you across that finish line a lot faster. That's all it is, man. You may or may not make it across the finish line, by yourself. Like if you're running a marathon, you make it, you're like 26, you're almost at that 26.2 miles, but you're like tired, you're barely like you're dying, man. Or you could have a group of people around you running together, and then now you're motivated, you're hyped up, you get there faster. They give you tips, bro. Don't breathe that way. Your breathing pattern's messed up. Man, don't drink too much. Your stomach, like they give you the tips. You're gonna get there a lot faster. You're gonna be refreshed. It's gonna be easier. And so that's how I look at it, man, for sure.
Yeah, man, Leighton, you are a freaking stellar human being. Again, congratulations on all your wild success for yourself, with us, and everything that you're doing. The very last value bomb that I would love to extend to everyone who's watching this, and again, like you pointed out, you must be serious, folks, if you're watching this far, because we know how our attention spans are. So thank you for that. Leighton, can you take us to the end of this by just telling us how people can connect with you, what platforms, how can they find you if they want or need your services, or if they just want to reach out to understand your experience with us?
Sure, man. So it's at King Cook on all platforms, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I'm the most active on Instagram, if I'm being honest with you. Got to get more active on TikTok though. Stop playing these games. But
Yeah.
on Instagram, as far as like DM goes, I'll see it on Instagram. Send me a message at King Cook, KingCookK. That's my last name. And so yeah, then reach out to me. That's how you can find the socials. And yeah, man, if I can provide any value, answer any questions, I'd be glad to do so.
I appreciate that. Thank you everyone for watching today. I appreciate it. Leighton, thank you for joining me today. Any last words or summaries or anything of our meeting today and this case study?
No, man, not really. I think it was awesome. I hope it brings value to people who watch it. I hope that they stop playing. I'm looking at the camera and tell y'all, stop playing games, man. It's time to make your dreams happen, bro. But you're the only one in control of that. You know what I'm saying? Benjamin can't do it. I can't do it. Gary can't do it. So listen, man, if you're really serious about helping people and making money, helping yourself, then you got to get serious at game time, man. Join a winning team.
I appreciate you, Leighton. Thank you so much.